are there players who are off limits on this team? Like, team calls up and says, John, I'd like to discuss trading for player X. And John just laughs and farts in the phone and hangs up.
he does like the old armpit fart. Like you just
Yeah. Goodbye.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. And the reason that I wanted to talk about this, Grant, is because the social media things I have done today, I discussed a potential trade for Lamar and what would it actually take. And one of the guys that I threw in there was Nick Bosa. And people were so mad. I mean, I lost 60 followers today because I said I'm willing to trade Bosa if it means Lamar's coming back. People, you can't trade Nick Bosa. He's a staple of our team and he's a forever 49er. And I'm like, all right. I mean, I guess defensive ends that are paid $35 million are more important than top 7 quarterbacks that get paid 50. Sure. I guess, because we have so many Super Bowl rings with Nick Bosa on this roster. I don't know. To me, nobody is off limits. Even you could even say, all right, if let's look across the league, Patrick Mahomes, he's probably the one guy that you laugh in faces. But even then, not necessarily. I mean, if the Bills called and said, hey, we'll give you Josh Allen and 3 first-round picks, yeah, we'll probably do that because it's not that big of a drop-off. So I don't think necessarily anybody is technically off limits. Maybe not likely to trade, but nobody's off limits. I don't know. I just don't get attached to players that way, I guess.
Patrick Mahomes is off limits. Other than him, if you have the best player in the league and he's a quarterback and he's 26, I can say that guy's might be off limit. It's going to be tough to put a trade package together to get Patrick Mahomes. Other than him, you could talk. Absolutely. Josh Allen, sure. Joe Burrow, sure. Justin Herbert, is Patrick Mahomes involved? I mean, like, yeah, you could do that trade, absolutely. But I think there's really only one player that would even come close to being considered off limits. Every coach, every player. And until the Niners haven't, Jack Hammer said this, the Niners haven't had like a real legit Super Bowl MVP candidate quarterback since Steve Young. And they won a Super Bowl then. Like it's really hard to win a Super Bowl any other way. So if you have to leverage an offensive tackle or a defensive end to get that player, man, you got to do what you got to do. Or how many more decades are you going to wait until one comes around?
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I want to be clear. I'm not saying trade Nick Bosa right now and see what you can get for him. That's not what I'm saying. But if you could get a superstar quarterback to come back in return, whether it's Lamar or somebody else, yeah, I'm trading Nick Bosa. And I'm not thinking twice about it. In fact, I am probably packing his bags and paying for his flight myself. Like, honestly, I don't care. Like, I'm not that attached.
Honestly, Nick Bosa should be like, you know what? Fair enough. You know, it's a business. He's a quarterback. I get it. I'm really good. You needed some serious trade capital to pull this off. I'm serious trade cap. Hey, tip of the cap. I get it.
Yeah.
It's a business.
I mean, let's just put this into perspective for a second. Elite pass rushers impact on a really good day, 10 to 12 plays a game? Like, that's on an elite day. We're having a all-time game type of day. They impact 10 to 12 plays a game. You have an elite quarterback that impacts 70 plays a game? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about here? Why would I not trade a guy who impacts 12 plays for a guy that impacts 70 plays? That's a no-brainer to me.